Morning everyone, 7:02 on a Friday. Welcome back to the channel. Oh, what a busy week it's been. We haven't pulled out the camera much, to be honest, because we've been cracking through a load of work, getting stuff sorted on various cars coming in and out, and trying to fix things with the insurance and quotes, and yeah, just been in and out of the shop like Billy. It's felt like a bit of a yo-yo week. Today we've got some bits and bobs going on. I know we've got a dash camera in. I think we've got a head unit to look at, possibly some speakers. It's crazy working at the minute, and we've got to carry on with the GTR. So the front doors are pretty much in and connected. I've had a look at the BCM on the GTR. Can't really see a burn or a fault or anything like that. So that might not be the issue. It could be another control module. I am not familiar with the wiring diagram on that car. But basically one of our things we need to do is get it started, get it outside and wet the car down with the doors off. Or the door cards off. So we can see and understand how the door is dealing with the water that runs over the car, and just basically with the carpets up, make sure that we have not got any more ingress from anywhere else. Ben mentioned when the car had come in that it potentially may have had a rodent chewing stuff, but so far we've not seen any evidence of that. The wiring harnesses are all fine. The only issue was the earthing where the rust was. But the BCM relays are firing off like mad. They are not happy, but I don't know whether that's because there's a wire fault somewhere else, or whether there's a controller or something else that's going wrong. But we need to have a look at the water ingress and make sure that the new speakers are not going to get any type of coating of water. Obviously we have got a thinner speaker in the door, so it is not leaning into the door wet side as much. There are covers on there, they are sealed in, but we just need to understand and, you know, prevent any more problems like that, because that's not good. It's really not good on such a nice car. And then we need to redo the stereo system, so we've got some bits and bobs to add in. We've got a rear shelf to take apart, look at the speakers on the top there. They were some really small speakers back in the day. I think they're 10s, but we may look at maybe doing something else up there, maybe a morale set, I don't know. But yes, George, you are right. Kicker is kind of like my go-to. Like, don't get me wrong, it's not like they are budget brand. Their speakers are good quality. The blue stuff, the red stuff, as far as I'm concerned, even the yellow stuff for the money is good. There are a lot more expensive speakers that do not cut as well as the yellow stuff kickers, that's for sure. And they are not the same price. They are very good quality, but we just want that upper level, that option, that tier. And Morel is going to fill that void. We've got a fairly busy day today. We've got Dan's dad's pop coming in tomorrow. No, not the pop, the B.
Mobile speed camera zone.
The chop B is coming in tomorrow for the cameras and stuff. So that's going to be a busy day tomorrow. We then need to clean the shop and get it looking presentable for when the Morel guy comes in with Pete Monday. But other than that, I'm going to get off to work, get a coffee. The cold is a little bit better. I don't feel as bad this morning. It's still in my chest and my nose, but I am feeling a little bit more human again. Listening to people talk about it yesterday when I went for my bloods. I've got another cancer appointment coming up, so I had to go into the doctor's to take some bloods, and the amount of people that were discussing about this weird flu-like symptom cold that they tested, and it wasn't COVID, but it felt very much like COVID, and you know, the same kind of thing. Wifey now has it, and she basically said to me, she's a woman, you know, us men, we don't deal with coughs and colds, but she's a woman. And even she said yesterday, she said, geez, she said, I feel sorry for you. She said, this thing that you had is rubbish. She said, I feel awful. And it's the same, you know, everyone is feeling this weird little mystery, buggy, fluey type thing. But anyway, hope you're well. George, the top is off. That's been posted, so you should get that soon. The other stuff has already been sent out for the winners of the 3K giveaway. And I'm going to get off to work and see you in a bit.
Morning everyone. So, first thing this morning, Friday morning. No, I'm not. No, I know, it's fine, it's fine. Yeah. Friday morning this morning, so we've got a Alfa Romeo, what is it? Stelvio. So we've had this one in this morning for a adaptation for rear camera as well. So it's already got a front camera in the car. It's in this little binnacle up in the top of here, so it faces just out this top bit here. I'm not sure whether it's an aftermarket type deal or whether it comes from factory with it, but it's had the rear camera put in today. So let me just be very delicate about where I point this camera without putting it all over the tintonet. But rear camera's just in the windscreen just there, and then obviously it runs through the grommet in here, up through the headliner, and then down to the front of the car. So that's this one done. So Alfa Romeo Stelvio, is it Stelvio? Yeah, that's how you pronounce it, I think. But we've got a couple of other things in this morning. So we've got a Mercedes GLA. It's got a head unit and hardwire kit for a dash camera to be put in. That's here, waiting. So we'll get that in a couple of minutes and get that started. But yeah, busy. Got four in today to do. So we'll give you a shout. But I wasn't sure whether I was allowed to show it on camera. Yeah. Right. Okay. So we went out yesterday and we went out yesterday and did some stuff. And Alex went in to go and take one of his other toys in for service. I'm not sure whether I'm allowed to say the word on the YouTube without it getting demonetized. No. But took a toy in to go and get it serviced, and then went upstairs and started looking at some other bits, and we ended up going and buying a new toy. Yeah. Just out of the blue was like, oh, that one's nice, we'll take that one then, please.
That's it, done.
So we will give you a bit of a shout back a little bit later on, but we've got a GLA to get in.
Yeah.
Catch up with you soon. Right then, let's get behind you, mate. I just want to turn the radio off.
Oh, yeah.
Wee! Right, so Alpha's all done and gone. So we've got the GLA in for the head unit and dash camera. So we've got this kit here. Doesn't look like a lot, 2 seconds. Right, so there we go. Doesn't look like a lot, but this panel here is to replace the location of some of the buttons. And this is obviously what we're going to be fitting our head unit into. So we've got a Kenwood DMX 7722 DAB-S to go in this. Now that first piece of trim is to replace this panel here, and is to relocate that up where the screen goes. So we take the screen off, that comes out of there, and we replace this radio. So obviously he loses his screen, but we replace it with the Kenwood, and then these buttons come up to the top there in that new housing. So we'll get that sorted. So I'm just in the process of taking off the clips at the back of the screen, and then obviously after that we've got the dash camera hardwire kit. Someone's already had a go at trying to make it look pretty. What? But all they've managed to do is create some projectiles, so that when and if, you know, touch wood they don't, but if they do have an accident, they've created themselves a fragmentation thing.
Yeah, I went over and tried to fight.
Not sure whether I'm allowed to say that word either. But they've created some projectiles that's going to hit them in the face at mock Jesus. So we're going to get rid of that, and we're going to hardwire it in, get rid of this, get rid of all this, and make it look pretty. So we'll go from there, and we'll give you a shout back a little bit later on. You see this guy here? You see him, look. He's like that, do you know that statue, the thinking statue? I'm zoomed right in on your face. We'll catch you here soon. As if by magic, I'm not going to tell him just yet. I'm not going to say anything.
No.
But as if by magic, buttons are all out, dashboard's all apart. So what? So in the process of relocating those buttons, I've got to take the big aluminium piece of trim off the front of the dashboard, got the screen off, got all the wiring out from the back of it, got the head unit out, and then obviously this connector here is the one that I've got to then relocate and run up the back of everything up to the top of here and put my little extension and then the adapter for the buttons to go in. So that's going to sit somewhat like that, maybe. We'll have a look in a second. I'll read the instructions on what that one says, but yeah, moving on nicely. Alex is looking at the head unit. It's a Meckless unit, no CD player or anything. So, but look at this little face over here. It's not our unit, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it does.
I joke. Go on, scratch the screen.
No, it's all the we hot glue these trims in because they rattle otherwise, and it's just the Spidey thing.
Spider-Man
Does whatever a spider pig does. We just glue them in so that the thing doesn't rattle, but you'll get a Kenwood sitting in there like that. And we just got to make the mounts for it. Sit it on. Yeah.
Cool. So we will give you a shout back a little bit later on. See you soon. You Right, guys, so come back off lunch. Mercedes is pretty much all buttoned up and ready to go for the customer. However, we are having a little bit of an issue, or we've had a bit of an issue, and we've worked out what it is now, with the CAN bus decoding box. It's a little box that works out what the car's signals are and decodes the inputs from the steering wheel controls and obviously ignition feed to be able to then tell the radio what it needs to do. So obviously relocated the buttons at the top there, so these all work absolutely fine now. So this is all sorted and screwed in place, and then obviously new head unit, new fascia kit with the 2 screws at the back at the top here, and obviously pull the radio in, all sorted. I've had all of this trim out along the top. I've got the microphone up at the top just there.
Did you just say it works out what the car signals are?
Yeah, sort of.
It's basically a glorified CAN relay reader.
Say that again.
It's basically a glorified CAN bus reader that acts as a relay to give power and do other things.
Yeah, what he said.
In a generic fashion.
Dash camera's all hardwired in now, so it's got its hardwire kit in the fuse box in the footwell. But because the canvas box is not working, the radio doesn't turn on unless we have a fly lead with ignition, but even then the steering wheel controls still don't work. So we've left it as it is for the moment. We've got everything all put in, all the wires and all the connections are all made. It's just a case of the canvas box doesn't work. So we've told the customer, he's on his way to come and collect the car. We've told him to come and get his own, well, he's already bought his own kit, isn't it? This is all of his own stuff that he's bought online.
We had to trim the dash down as well because that didn't fit.
Oh yeah, we did, yeah. We had to trim this bottom plastic piece out, so this adapter that he's brought us, this doesn't fit with this aluminium face.
It's a 90% kit.
Yes.
90% of the way there. The rest of it you got to do yourself, it doesn't work.
So customer's on his way to come and collect this one. And yeah, unfortunately he'll have to come back in for another time to come and get us to put it together again. Look at him, look.
What? What?
Good boy.
That's for the rodents at the house, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't afford to pay my bill.
I
bang bang.
make bad financial decisions. This guy. Right, we'll give you a shout back a little bit later on. We'll see you soon.
I've started to sound like the Doctor from The Simpsons.
What?
Afternoon, everyone. How we diddling? Trying out this shit still. Let me just turn this radio off for us. So we've been doing a bit of progress on the GTR today. including going through the BCM module, looking at all the earths, the wiring and stuff. I've had the car outside and soaked it, trying to find if we've got like a water leak or something like that to set Ben's mind at ease. The door seal here wasn't clicked in properly, and we did get a little bit of water through on the footwell, but I've righted that. So as far as I can see, the windows are actually doing their job. But yes, I've added an earth off to the body of the BCM to see if I could stop it moving and clicking and ticking. That hasn't really worked. It's still knocking its tits off. And I've also been taking apart more of the dash in order to hide the GTI unit, the head unit. Although we don't want to keep that, it does keep the dash element, the screen, stable. So that's got to stay in the car. I'm not about to start taking it apart. So we need to keep that. So I figured out a place where we can hide it in the back of the dash and still do all our other cool stuff. We've had a tidy up. Dan's tidied upstairs, ready for the morale visit Monday. And other than that, we've got Model B tomorrow. Cameras, 3 of them, and screens.
Got a lot of love on the channel, that did.
Yeah, it'll go well. I think it'll go well. It'd be a good car, a good car to have. But that's up for us. We are done. Packing up some donuts. Getting ready to go home. Start again tomorrow morning. Anything to add?
No, not really. I think so. What's happened today? What have we done today?
The Alfa.
Mercedes that doesn't work.
The Alfa, the Mercedes, the CRV, the dash camera, and Ben's GTR.
Fun.
Quite a bit.
Fun in the sun.
Oh, I've got to turn the TV off. Right, see you in a bit, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.